Welcome to day 2, everyone. And I'm really delighted with all the new people who've joined in the last 24 hours. And please take an opportunity to go over into the group and to introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about what you do, where we can find you online, who you serve, who your clients are, and just anything else that you think we might need to know about you. I want to give a special shout out to, hi Graham, hi Riaz, good to see you online. I wanted to give a special shout out and welcome to somebody who's joined the group, Zahida. She is, and the reason why I'm giving her a shout out is because she is personally involved as a volunteer in her community, supporting people who are having to deal with the coronavirus. So our hearts and minds go out to you, Zahida, and I know that you have been dealing with stress and burnout. So please I hope that you do feel collective support from the group. For those of you who don't know me and are watching for the first time, my name is Megan Hudson. I'm a marketing and business coach, and you may have seen in other videos that I am a dog-loving, tree-hugging coach. I specialize in helping coaches find and define their niche and marketing your practices without spending a cent. In yesterday's video, I quoted Ken Wilber from the Integral Model with his sort of mantra that has been coming up in quite a few different videos, where he speaks about how we need to wake up, clean up, grow up, and show up. And I've been enormously amused to see how some of you have really taken that mantra to heart as your own action steps, and also made it your own. And thank you to Belinda for suggesting the addition of makeup. So whether it's being a woman, makeup on your face, or it might even actually, on a more serious note, be about making up in interpersonal relationships that you have. So please carry on adding to the list. Let's build our own mantra for the next 21 days, or however long we're going to be affected by the virus, just so that we encourage each other to do what we need to do to keep our mindsets right, to keep our energy levels high. If you are watching my personal profile at all, you will have seen that yesterday my husband, just to take a bit of a break and get some fresh air, rode around our property a couple of times on his mountain bike, and I can tell you that our dogs really didn't know what on earth was going on. It was too funny for words. But getting back to more serious business at hand, this morning, and this is a little bit of a sideways move, but I think it's relevant. This morning, I was having a look at the latest search trends on Google, and what was very concerning to me is that in the last 30 days, there's been a noticeable decline in people searching for coaches, coaching, online coaching, virtual coaching. On the flip side of that, there's been a huge increase, a marked increase in people going onto Google and searching for online training, online courses, online learning. So all of those search terms have seen quite a peak. And I think that if coaching is the core of our business, we actually need to take our cue from what is going on around the world right now and from what people actually need. And clearly, people are looking for quite tangible physical results. They are looking for people who can say to them, if you do this, this is the outcome that you will get. And so bringing it back to what we're looking at today, which is about identifying and mobilizing the assets that we may not realize that we have in our business, we need to have a look at our business, and without kind of straying from our core, which is coaching or consulting or mentoring. Sorry, I'm shifting around a lot. We need to be responsive and be able to pivot in response to what is going on. Now, those of you who have known me over the years know that I always talk about the TRC equation. Hi Alexa, hi Alison. So TRC is what it stands for: three things, which is trustworthiness, results, and chemistry. And this is what research has shown us consistently over the years are the top ways that people choose to work with their coaches. And I'm going to broaden that into saying that your trustworthiness, your level of perceived trustworthiness, the results that you are able to demonstrate that you deliver with your clients, and the chemistry that you build with your potential clients are going to still remain the top three ways that people are going to choose whether or not to work with you. Now, one of the members of this group, when she signed up, she said that she has got many online profiles, but she's not using, she signed up for Twitter, for Facebook, for LinkedIn. She's on, she's got an Instagram profile. She's really got a number of different profiles, but she's not using them at all. Now, there's no point or sense in just having a presence. We really do have to show up actively at this time more than ever before. We have to make sure that we are visible. The same person also said that she's got an email list of 2,000 people that she has built up over her 25 years of being in business, and she's not using it. I was working with a client of mine yesterday who's got an email list in excess of 600 people. And again, the only way that she is using this is on a monthly basis, sending out a newsletter. Hi Claire, good to see you. She's sending out a newsletter on a monthly basis to her entire mailing list, but she's not segmenting it. And within that mailing list, there are people who have been through different journeys with her. So some of them are her coaching clients. Some of them are people that she has trained, and she offers about 3 or 4 different training packages. Some of them are corporates that she has worked with as a trainer or facilitator. So every single one of those segments needs to have its own tailor-made and appropriate, relevant message in order for her to really build community, be relevant to them. So an email list is just one of the many assets that some of us might be sitting on and not utilizing to its greatest potential and with the greatest efficiency. And even if you don't have an email list, even if you aren't using something like MailChimp or ConvertKit or MailerLite or whatever, these like programs, if you've been intimidated by the online tech, look at your Outlook mailing list. You can still compile a mailing list, and you can retain your relationships and maintain your relationships with clients and past clients on that mailing list by creating tailor-made, direct, appropriate emails to send through to them. So that's one of the assets that you might be sitting on. And I'm really happy also to welcome Alex to the group this morning. It's wonderful. It's really been a nice turnout. So those of you who have signed up for, to receive the daily emails for this challenge, in your email this morning, I asked you to look back at everything. Hello, Silas. How are you? I asked you to look back at everything you have done since you first started your business. So think back to interviews that you might have done for magazines or newspapers in the past. Have you written articles? Have you done kind of podcasts, or have you done Zoom interviews with somebody else that have been broadcast? Have you been fortunate enough to have been invited to appear on TV about a topic? Have you given workshops? Have you done public speaking, or have you delivered training offline? And really, I want you to make an exhaustive list of everything that you can think of that you have personally done. We also are continually putting content out, even if it might be on our websites, as blog posts, in social media. But all of us, without realizing it, are continually creating content, and we don't keep track of the value that content actually can have as a business asset if we combine it all together and aggregate it. And I'm going to give you an example. So I know it sounds like a lot of work, but now that we've got the time, make a list of everything that you have personally done, not what you're planning to do, what you've already done in the past. Make a list of all the different business assets that you are or could be sitting on. And the other thing that I want you to think of is, what tools do you use on a regular basis in your business that could also form another additional stream of income for you if you became an affiliate? An example here is a lot of you use personality profiling tools, and it just kind of pops into my mind about whether or not these companies have affiliate programs, so that if you refer another coach to start using their tools or undergo their training, can you get some kind of a commission? We really do need to think a little bit more broadly than just bringing our income in purely from coaching. So how could your existing work be repackaged? I'll use myself as an example. The very first free, what we call lead magnet that I ever created. So my business over the years, in working with coaches to help them market themselves without spending a cent, I needed to create something to send out to people that was aligned with my personal and with my professional brand. So what I did was I went into articles that I'd written on my blog over quite a number of years, and I combined them together to create a small little ebook that I call 5 Insider Secrets to Marketing Your Coaching Practice Without Spending a Cent. Now, this is work that I'd already done. Yes, I did update some of the articles and, make sure that they were relevant in terms of the technology that I was talking about. I made sure that I gave as much additional value as I could, but it was all based on work that I had already done. And I don't know about you, but I always find it easier to work on something that already exists than to create something from scratch. It's very difficult to continually find inspiration. So can you go back and look at articles that you have written, or look at training that you have done, and resources that you have created for training that you have delivered? It might have been a one-day workshop or one-off workshop or something like that. And is it possible that you can turn that into some kind of a business asset that you can offer people in return for to give you an opportunity to communicate with them and to establish your credibility in terms of what you're offering professionally? So with my Facebook Lives, another way that I multi-purpose them, and you are all going to receive this free infographic with your email tomorrow, is I download these lives once I finish them, and I put them through a free automatic transcription service, which turns them into fairly accurate articles. Every now and again it gets a word wrong, but by and large, by the time I have finished putting this video through the transcription service, which I'm not paying for, I already have something that I can split into a number of different articles. I already have articles that are 90% written for me. I've just got to go back and wordsmith them a little bit. So this one asset that I'm now creating, this business asset, this free training, gets then repurposed into a number of other pieces, business assets. And when you first signed up for the email list, you will have received my free infographic on how to create a whole month's worth of online social media content and content for your website using just one piece of work, for example, like this video. There's a business coach that I follow who, so this, a video, doesn't sound like you and you're not quite ready for it. And I acknowledge that it took me a while to get to the point where I was comfortable and feel confident enough, to get over myself and show up online. But one of the business coaches that I follow, she doesn't do any lives. She's on Facebook. She doesn't, contrary to, I'm not going to say so much popular belief, but contrary to the wisdom that is put out there that posts that have some kind of an image in it attract more attention, she doesn't even post pictures when she writes a post in her Facebook group. But she's created this Facebook group. She's got 16,000 followers, which is quite a huge audience. Now, one of the things she allows everybody to do, it doesn't matter what their business is, but she allows everybody who joins her group to market themselves freely in it, even if they are in direct competition to her. She has the most incredible spirits of abundance, and she actually wrote just the other day about how even though there are people in the group who offer services that are very similar to what she offers, when she actually digs down deep into it, the way that they work with their clients or the methodology that they use or the processes are quite different from hers. And so again, and I've said this before, there may be a lot of us doing the same thing, but we're all going to be doing it differently. And there are potential clients out there who will resonate far more with you than they will with the person sitting next to you, simply because of how you come across. But getting back to this coach, so she runs this Facebook book group. She allows you to post free of charge in the group. The only condition is that if you get any kind of lead whatsoever, and you're aware that they came from the post that you posted in her group, that you let her know via messenger, via direct message. What she does to market herself, the way she has built her business, and she's billing in excess of $20,000 per month. So if we multiply that out, I think it comes to a lot.
340.
Thank you. My husband is in the background and he's just said it comes to approximately 340,000 Rand per month on an ongoing basis. And the way she does it is she writes a post in her Facebook group. Say I go on and I make some kind of a comment on that post. She then engages with me directly via messenger to tease out a little bit more about what it is that I meant in that comment, to find out a little bit more about who I am and what I do. And she uses people who interact, she takes it as the sign that they are interested in what she has to say. and that they are opening the doors for communication with her. And she uses Facebook Messenger to start building a relationship. And just the process of really connecting with and listening to people who are interacting with her online on her Facebook group, she has built this highly profitable and successful business over time. So there is somebody who is only using Facebook to market herself. She doesn't have a website. She doesn't have any fancy lead magnets, or she doesn't use, all these intimidating things like email funnels and lead pages. She's got none of that. She's a business coach. She works only on Facebook, and she has devised her own organic strategy on how to use her Facebook page to create relationships to get clients. And I think for me, the most important word so far is all about relationships. So what I've spoken about quite a variety of options or solutions, and when you're doing your thinking, I'm going to show you my business pyramid. So it's no longer as simple as it started out, but the principle of it is, and I'll send you a template to be able to do this, is that it's a way for creating a model for your business. And at the very bottom is what you might offer for free. So it might be online chemistry sessions, Zoom chemistry sessions. It might be that you send some kind of a free resource or a PDF to people. But whatever it is at the very, very bottom is kind of where you're going to have your mass traffic coming in by offering something of value. The next level up is what we would call the lead magnet, not the lead, the tripwire. So you may have packaged different offers in your business at different price points. So you might say, do start off or offer somebody a 90-minute coaching session that they pay for, but where you focus on something, a specific result they want to get, or a specific business problem that this person, or personal problem that this person may want to deal with through coaching. The next level up is, hi Carisha, welcome. The next level up would be your kind of mid-level offering. So that might be, say, a 6-month or a 6-session coaching package, and at a particular price point. And then at the very top of the pyramid, which is where you're going to get the fewest number of clients, but it's going to be your highest priced and most profitable product, would be perhaps if you've got a signature coaching process that you have developed that you take your clients through, or a signature training program that you use to get your clients towards a certain result. So when you are going through the process of identifying what business assets you have in place, keep this triangle in mind so that you can start populating your business pyramid with where you would be able to use what resource, and in an appropriate way to build your credibility, but also to build relationships with your existing and potential clients. So going back to the formula for that's for how we know, for how what research has told us in terms of how people choose their coaches. The first is trustworthiness, and this is your reputation, your brand. It's mostly word of mouth referrals. The second one is results, and the third one is chemistry. And I want to focus on results now, because Something that I noticed was when a lot of you introduced yourselves to the group yesterday and the day before, we got quite a kind of high level generic introduction, and I'm actually going to put a few of you in the hot seat. I've taken your introductions, and I just want to ask you if you could be a little bit more specific around explaining the results that you deliver, the tangible results that you deliver with your clients. So I'm going to start with Claire. So Claire is an empowerment coach, and she works with groups and individuals to, and I'm quoting, help them identify their priorities and formulate strategies for success. So Claire, a couple of questions that I would want to encourage you to think about is, at the end of the day, after undergoing coaching with you, the individuals and teams that you work with, they come out with a higher level of empowerment. What does that mean? And would it be possible for you to go into a little bit more detail about how an empowered individual shows up differently from someone who doesn't feel that they're empowered? And my other question was around the way that you work with your clients is to help them identify their priorities and formulate strategies for success. What is success? What does success mean? So what are those tangible results that you help your client to get? Claire's also got a fabulous set of journals that she's developed, and is really, really passionate about journaling and runs journaling workshops. Now, there's a lot of research around the impact and effects that journaling has, and I know that Claire's got all of this at her fingertips. But again, people are looking to be told what the tangible results are that they will get as a result of working with you. And we saw from what has happened with the way that people are searching on Google is that they're actually, people at the moment, with the way the world is at the moment, is they want to know that as a result of walking this journey with you, walking this path with you as their coach, they are going to end up at this point and with this outcome and result. Alexa, I hope you don't mind my using your profile, and I'm really glad that you are online for this. So in your introduction, you spoke about how you enjoy exploring the root cause of the problems that the team is experiencing that you work with, and designing an appropriate intervention, and then facilitating and coaching as the intervention rolls out. And again, my questions to you are, what happens to that team as a result of the work that you do with them? What are the outcomes that your clients and that teams experience as a result of working with you? So is it a 10% increase in productivity, a 90% decrease in confrontation, 30% greater ability to be adaptive and responsive and agile in the business environment? So is it possible that you could quantify the results that your work delivers as a result of working with you? Going back to Claire, so Claire really shows up on social media, like consistently and in a big way. And I also I made a note to say to you that you've got a really good and powerful following. You've built up quite a good following over time, and that is a business asset that you need to sweat a little bit harder for yourself. And I want to encourage you to go back through the content that you've put out and to make sure that you're highlighting content that you have created yourself. So it might be articles that are referring to some research rather than just sharing an article that really struck you, or that really stood out for you when you came across it. Monica, and I don't think Monica's with us this morning, but Monica, in her introduction, so she works using personality self-discovery and profiling to help her clients find their authentic selves and to provide them with the tools to understand others better. Now, we're all coaches. Most of us are coaches who are online in this group now, and I think most of us kind of can fill in the gaps of why it's important to find our authentic selves and to have tools to understand other people better. But again, Monica, I would, and I hope that you do come back and catch up on this video, I would encourage you to try and get a little bit more specific around what are the results, what is the tangible outcome of being more authentic, of discovering your authentic self, of showing up authentically, and how will your life be different, or your client's life be different, if they now have the tools to understand other people better. So yeah, I just wanted to focus, highlight that. Alison, I'm so glad that you're here because you're up next. So Alison is new to the coaching space. This is kind of her big launch year. She's done quite a lot of training. Alison and I worked together, about a long time ago at Beacon Sweets and Chocolates, and had a lot of fun and many glasses of wine. And then she left to go overseas. So Alison has got a corporate background. She's a trained industrial and organizational psychologist, and Alison's actually also running the most fabulous online workshops at the moment on oh my goodness, now the I want to say authenticity, but it's not. You're going to have to pop it into the comments, Alison. My mind has gone completely blank. But she's running the most fantastic weekly trainings, and all of these she's running them as Zoom trainings, and all of these Alison can record and again turn them into pre-recorded videos, or take, edit snippets out of the videos and use snippets from her trainings to create social media content. One of your big strengths, Alison, is having spent so much time in a corporate environment. You really, really understand one of the things that corporate clients complain about as a generalization when they're working with coaches in the coaching industry, which is that many coaches don't understand how important it is, or actually how to go about aligning the coaching intervention with the overall corporate strategy. And I think with your background in corporate, you are extremely well placed to be able to do that, and you would really understand the importance of it. And for me, Alison's running workshops on resilience. I remembered. So for me, I think that's quite a unique advantage that you have over many other coaches who don't have such a robust corporate background. Another friend of mine, Laura, has just come on now. Laura lives in Colorado, and I want to just warn you that don't become Facebook friends with Laura if you suffer from vertigo, because she loves the mountains, and she loves getting as high as possible in the mountains and doing yoga at height. And just some of the photographs that she has posted, I've had dizzy spells just sitting in bed or on the couch looking at them. But Laura works with female entrepreneurs, works specifically with women, and she helps them create strategic actionable steps to break through the health and wealth blockages that keep them from the rich life that they crave. And I wanted to say to Laura, what do you mean? Can you be a little bit more specific about what that future self is for your clients? Like, what is, unpack rich life a little bit more. Laura also speaks about helping her clients rewire their brain for lasting automated success. And for me, again, that's a little bit too up in the air, and I would like to understand what lasting automated success means in terms of the results that your clients achieve as a result of working with you. Then we also had Charmaine come onto the group to say that she's selling Ultimate Silver, to teach people how wonderful our bodies are and how to take care of our bodies. And Charmaine, I want to encourage you to unpack the benefits of using Ultimate Silver. So let me give you some examples. Does it give you 60% more energy, or does it speed up your metabolism by 50%, or does it increase your immune system, something that's really important and to all of us and that we're focusing on at the moment? Does it boost your immune system by 5%? Just really get a little bit more specific about what the results, not so much the benefits, but what the results are of using your products. Before I finished the today's live, I had put a post up a little bit earlier asking you guys to just post what self-limiting beliefs you are holding around marketing yourself, and thank you to everybody who responded. So one of the responses was, there are so many coaches out there, how will I stand out in the online crowd? And this is really, really true. I've spoken so often about every now and again I pop into LinkedIn and I put the search term business coach into the little search box, and the people on LinkedIn who are describing themselves as business coaches is increasing at a rate of knots. Every time I go on, and this is now, every sort of 2 to 3 months, the number has jumped by, another 200 to 300,000 people who are describing themselves as business coaches. It's just frightening. So yes, it's very true. How do you stand out in the crowd? And this is why, firstly, I think it's so important to get our messaging right, and that's where my work around helping coaches find and define your niche is so important, because we need to be able to clearly and succinctly communicate in a nutshell what it is and what value we offer. So what the benefits and outcomes are of working, what the results are from working with us. But also all of the algorithms, the Google algorithm, Facebook, LinkedIn, all of the social media algorithms favor regular visibility. So the more you are prepared to get out there and to put yourself out there, and I want to again differentiate between, in fact I've used the wrong wording. I shouldn't be saying put yourself out there, but the more you are prepared to put your message out there, to professionally show up in terms of how you serve your potential clients, the better the chances are that you are going to become favored by the Google, by the different algorithms. And you do need to show up and be highly visible and show up on a regular basis. In fact, I think it's the Facebook algorithm has even got a section in the code that rewards you for showing up regularly on even if it's only on a weekly basis, you are still rewarded and recognized by the algorithm. There was another post about it takes so much work. Yes, it does take so much work, but it's one of those realities about having gone into business for yourself and being an entrepreneur. And until such time as you get to the point where you can afford to outsource showing up on a regular basis, you are going to need to face the reality that a certain amount of time every day or every week needs to be put aside and dedicated to being visible. And I'm hoping that that freebie that I've sent you with 1 month's worth of how to create 1 month's worth of social media and online content from just one piece of original work, I'm hoping that that will be of service to you in helping you to get a little bit smarter about how you can show up and being able to create content and put it out there on a regular basis. Somebody else, their self-limiting beliefs, and here's our little horrible little hijacking negative voice at work, saying I'm not good enough, I'll never be financially independent, and I won't be successful in my business. So here I want to say that there will always be other people who are better, who you think are better than you at what you do. But I spoke yesterday about having a growth mindset rather than a fixed mindset. And if you show up with the mindset that you are continually learning, you are continually improving yourself and continually working to get better at what you do, you will always keep on the upward trajectory. Having anxiety about whether or not you're going to be successful in your business, there's nobody who can guarantee you success, but having systems and processes in place that you can rely on so that you aren't getting distracted by busy work, by non-essential work, and that you aren't getting shifted away from your goals and priorities are key to setting yourself up for business success. And so we will be talking a little bit more about how we can be systematic tomorrow in terms of maintaining high visibility. There was another comment about how we have so much time to leverage right now, and that I just need to, I'm quoting, I just need to stop procrastinating, getting sidetracked by other to-do lists. And again, this is all about saying, what is my number one priority? Claire has an amazing not tracker, but worksheet where she's broken down every single day of the week. And we know that we have only got 24 hours a day, some of which need to be spent on doing necessary and essential things like sleeping, eating, and I won't mention cleaning our teeth, cleaning up and showing up. But if we've got 168 hours in the week, how are we spending that time? And if you were to say, okay, 168 hours, it's a reality that I need 7 hours of sleep a night. So you just, take that out of the number of hours available to you on a weekly basis. You want to exercise every single day for an hour, so that gets rid of another 7 hours. You want to be able to do ABs, spend a certain amount of time with your loved ones and family. And what are you then left with that you can focus on your business. Now, how much of that is actually being currently taken up in working with clients in all reality? And if you are only doing, say, 5 to 10 hours worth of coaching per week right now, that gives you quite a significant portion of time to focus on your business. And certainly where we are in lockdown, we do have the opportunity to put systems in place and to create those assets that are just going to help make marketing our businesses so much smoother and so much easier for us to do. So that's about all that I have for today. Tomorrow we are going to talk about mapping your messaging. So this is, getting down to the nuts and bolts about how we get smarter to make sure that we show up. I do want you to start giving some thought, because going back to one of the self-limiting beliefs, that it takes so much work, we can't, if we are solopreneurs in business by ourselves, for ourselves, we can't be everywhere online all the time until we get to the point where we can afford to bring somebody else in as a social media manager. And so what I want to encourage you to do is to pick your channel. So if you decide that you are going to focus on LinkedIn because that is where you think the majority of your clients are, then you need to pick that channel and focus on LinkedIn predominantly, to the detriment of other social media channels. And you really need to get disciplined about not going down the rabbit hole of picking your phone up first thing in the morning and checking on everybody else's Facebook posts and profiles during the course of the evening. So I do give some thought overnight to the channel that you're going to choose, and we will then talk about them in a little bit more detail tomorrow, and how you can use them in the most efficient and clever way possible to make sure that you are showing up with consistency and visibility. Please don't forget that I am running a competition, a giveaway of for the most active and engaged member of the group to get 12 weeks of one-on-one coaching from me on how to market your coaching practice without spending a cent. It's my signature program, and I will also be giving away a few slots onto my online self-study program, which is on how to find and define your niche. So please go mad, be active in the group, share. It's a safe space. And I also want to, for those of you who are intimidated by going online and showing up live in the online space, use this group. It's small, it's safe. We are only going to encourage you. No, you're not going to get any discouragement from anybody. Please feel free to use this group to show up live, introduce yourself, tell us who you are and what it is that you do. So until tomorrow, enjoy the rest of your day and make the most of this wonderful gift that we've been given of time. Ciao, ciao, everyone, and thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.